Airdrop season continues. We've got 2 airdrops this week in the portfolio, and the portfolio has actually bounced quite nicely. We're now at $46,000. Welcome back, everyone. I can't even remember what episode we're on now, but it's 30 something, and yeah, pretty close to the halfway mark. This week we've had 2 airdrops. We've had firstly Wormhole. Let's just see this. We've had Wormhole, and that was a nice little stimmy check. And then we also got Tensor today, which wasn't the largest one. I didn't really farm this too much, but we did get a little bit. I think I've actually entered this incorrectly. It's 420 tokens that we have, not 450. So yeah, I do need to change that. But yeah, generally, I think $46,700, not so bad. We do have kind of a lot more Solana exposure now that we have Wormhole, now that we have Tensor, we have SNS, we have Shadow, of course, so that's pretty good to see. And yeah, these airdrops have been pretty underwhelming, especially when you compare them to the likes of Ethena, which has been just pumping up only. Wormhole has sadly been going down, but at under 10 billion FTV, it doesn't seem so bad to me, actually, to be honest, holding on to this right now. 1.7 bill market cap isn't actually that bad, especially when you see like Ethena at like 20 billion and Ondo at 10 billion and ethera at 10 billion. Like Wormhole seems pretty big, so yeah, I'm fairly happy to kind of hold on to it. I do think this will get some sort of hated rally or at some point in time, but for now I'm okay holding it. Tensor as well did actually go all the way to like $2.60, now down to $1.65. A lot of people were angry about this, especially the ones who bought the Tensorian NFTs, really went in hard. I think some of them have actually lost money overall, but you know, that's part of the game. You can't win every single one. I didn't really farm Tensor too much, so I can't really complain. I know some people did and did very well, very well with it, you know, making $10,000-$20,000 if not more, so props to them, well done to them. But yeah, to me, it really does seem like airdrop season is going to continue. I genuinely think I could complete this challenge without even changing anything in the portfolio and just farming airdrops. You know, I wrote about some of my predictions regarding some of these airdrops, and you know, the likes of Eigenlayer. Like, I think this is going to be absolutely insane. $50 billion doesn't even seem that bad. Then we've got Layer 0, ZK Sync, Monad, Linear, like all the big Layer 2s. We've got big Layer 1s like Berachain. We've got the big DeFi protocols like Hyperliquid. Tensor, of course, which launched today, is actually quite a bit lower than my prediction. And then, of course, we've got the liquid restaking, the likes of Renzo, Kelp. There's so many, and even the likes of Frentech. Now, Frentech I've put as 1 billion, but if you actually look on Avo, for some reason this is trading at $40 a token, which is absolutely insane. And the amount of tokens that I have, I mean, if Frentech launched at $40, I'll tell you one thing: this challenge will be over. we'll reach 6 figures. So I'll be really surprised if it actually trades at this price. I don't think it will. But yeah, for some reason it is at the moment. And so yeah, I think, like, honestly, for most people who have a portfolio size of less than $50,000, actually less than $100,000. I think you're doing yourself harm if you're not airdrop farming. I've said it time and time again. I've said it for the last, 18 months now. I've said it since even before the Arbitrum airdrop, which was early 2023. You really need to airdrop farm because you're just clicking buttons and you're literally making people's monthly salary, people's 6 monthly salary, just by doing that. Now, I know not obviously not every single airdrop is going to be big, but some of them are, and you just need to really hit one of them. And look how many we have coming. I've been farming every single one of these, and so yeah, I do think that I would actually complete the challenge just by this alone. Hopefully, I can show you a little bit about some of the assets that I'm buying as well, and show you some of them going up. But yeah, I think generally, if you're not farming airdrops right now, like you've still got a bit of time. I wouldn't say it's too late, but it is getting to that point now where airdrops are getting saturated. People are getting a bit tired of points. I don't know if it's going to be this easy forever. But you know, I think you gotta take your chances right now because it's not hard. It just takes a bit of time. All right. Yes, you do need a bit of capital, but you don't really need much. I mean, for things like Wormhole, I think I did just a few transactions here and there on Wormhole itself. And you manage to get like $2,000. And if you time it well, look, imagine you sold this at like $2. You're talking $4,000 or $5,000. I know people who have got 10, 20, 30, $40,000. Similar thing with Tensor as well. Like, if you farm some of these really, really hard, and I probably should have too. I've been farming some of the other ones a little bit harder. I think from this list, Friend Tech, some of the LRTs, Grass, Hyperliquid. I think those are the ones, EZK Sync as well, Eigenlayer. I think those are the ones I've been farming a little bit harder. But yeah, look, if you farm all of these hard, I don't see how you're not going to make $50,000. Maybe, maybe even more. You could even make 100,000 just from those alone that I've mentioned. And on my list, I've got, like 100 different protocols to farm. I think if you knock every single one of them out, I think you're clearing six figures for sure. No question about that. So yeah, it's just a case of like getting on with it and doing it. Yes, it does take some time, but yeah, I think you get the point now. So anyway, what's changed with the portfolio? Nothing. So I haven't really added or sold anything. Market has rebounded, and you can see like ETH has done really well. Gearbox has absolutely sent it in the last 24 hours, but generally green across the board, 5%, 7%, 10% here and there, which is really, really good. ATA, which is the latest addition in the portfolio, has actually been doing pretty well as well. We're actually 21% up in like a short period of time, which is good. And of course, we've got lots of things to be excited for coming up soon. It looks like Bitcoin actually broke this 2021 high and retested it in kind of a couple of green candles after, which is really good to see. And the question is, can it continue? Can it surpass this previous all-time high from 2 weeks ago? And then can it start, going into price discovery again? That's something that I will be keeping an eye on. And I will also be keeping an eye on to see whether or not this was like a fake breakout and whether or not we go back down into this range. I don't think we will at the moment. Perhaps we might just do something like this. Of course, we do have to pay attention to this. So I will be keeping an eye. I will be keeping an eye on this to see kind of what happens. But yeah, I think pushing past this has been pretty bullish, and I think current price looks pretty bullish. Market looks very, very bullish, and you can see this like when you just look at when you look at the top 100, pretty much everything is green. You could literally close your eyes, throw a dart, and you're most likely going to pick something that's green. There's like 5 assets in the top 100 that aren't green. Most of them are stable coins too. So take the stable coins out and you're pretty much at a 99% chance you've picked something in the green. And the market is pretty crazy. Look, Toncoin has flipped Cardano and gone into the top 10. Like, I find it bizarre that this is a 32 billion FTV, but crazier things have happened, aren't they? And Telegram coin seems to be doing very well. Meme coins are still doing really well. Base is popping off. Solana's still popping off. Solana's got some congestion now just because of how crazy it is going there. So yeah, I think overall market is bullish. Portfolios going up. Airdrops continue. I mean, how can you not enjoy this space? So yeah, just a quick update today. I'll be back in a few days' time to update you on what's happening next in this crazy space.